Salutări! Bine venit la un episod special din Podcastul de Vineri. Acest episod este exclusiv. Acesta este un episod exclusiv pentru voi, prietenii noștri de vineri. Am o discuție foarte interesantă cu Ethan Valentine, un misionar mormon din America. Sper să vă placă! Nu uitați să dați subscribe!
Mereu aveți la fel cămașă albă, pantaloni de stofă, cravată, ecusonul care am văzut că acum ți l-ai pus pe gulă.
Da, chiar acolo, da.
E ca o uniformă standard sau alegeți voi să vă îmbrăcați așa sau care-i treaba cu toată chestia asta?
Este standard între misionari ai bisericii. Da, nu prea știu de ce este așa, dar mă supun.
Am înțeles. Adică eu îmi imaginam că vă îmbrăcați așa tocmai ca să păreți mai approachable, ca lumea, nu știu, să fie mai... uite, niște băieți de treabă.
Da, are beneficiul ăla, sigur, și sunt sigur că în parte de aia facem.
Mm-hmm. Cam cu câte persoane ai intrat în contact de când ești aici? Sau câte persoane ai ajutat? Ții contul, ai un record, ai un...
Ar fi un număr mare, adică când n-am un număr, dar mă bucur să văd când oameni pot face o schimbare pozitivă în viața lor și când pot să zic, hei, am ajutat pe el să facă asta, chiar atunci mă bucur.
Mm-hmm. Și vreau să revin înapoi la partea cu venitul aici în Galați. A fost un impact, tu câți ani ai? 20 de ani, nu? Sau ceva pe acolo?
Da, 20 de ani.
Super. Nu știu, impactul tău psihologic, sau cum te-ai descurcat cu adaptarea la un nou mediu cultural, social, că bănuiesc că e foarte diferit de locul din care vii.
Sigur. Îmi amintesc că, sigur, lucrul cel mai greu a fost că nu vorbeam limba română și deci n-am putut comunica cu oameni și asta a fost o încercare foarte mare și cred că asta am dat mai multă atenție aceste probleme decât altele și când am ajuns să mă descurc destul de bine cu limba română, am obișnuit deja cu alte chestii.
Am înțeles. Nu știu, ce ți se pare ție diferit aici față de acasă? Nu știu, în termeni de mâncare, de oameni, de cultură, aș fi interesat să știu.
Cu cultură, în primul rând, îmi place foarte mult. Este istorie documentată aici în Europa, mai mult decât este recordată în America, merge mai departe în trecut și mă bucur să învăț despre astfel de chestii. Este foarte interesantă. Cu mâncare.
Ce mâncare îți place cel mai mult de aici?
De aici?
Da.
Asta e greu. Îmi place foarte mult sarmalele. Ele sunt bune.
Good answer.
Yes. cozonaci. Am văzut asta de recent și cozonaci e foarte bine. E foarte bun. Și adică
what about back home? Like what meal do you miss the most?
What meal do I miss the most from
Yeah.
home? Mâncarea mexicană.
Oh, Mexican food. Oh yeah, like a burrito.
Oh yeah, burritos, tacos. Chestii mai picante.
Oh, picante, da. Da? Adevăr.
Yeah.
What about burgers? Or
Burgers sunt bine, bun. I can get down to a burger.
have you had one here yet? Like
Yeah, there are good ones here. There's a place in Constanza that might have had the best burger I've ever had. Pretty good. I don't remember the name of the joint, but yeah.
what about ribs?
Ribs, yes. There is barbecue sauce here is different, but I've still had some pretty good ribs. There's this like kind of little hidden store in Baco that had like a ribs place, and it was pretty good.
So you've been all over the place. Like you visited multiple cities, right? Because
yes.
So you did like a tour of Romania before you.
No, so I got to Romania and got straight to work. The mission president, kind of our boss, sent me to Constanza and just kind of hit the ground running, doing the work there, and it was pretty good. And then as time went on, he sent me to other places, and I've done the best work I could in everywhere I've ever visited.
I'm sure you did. Now I have like a personal curiosity. Like there's like a pop culture phrase that is really known about you guys, Mormons, right? You're a Mormon. That's the term.
That's a nickname. The full name is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But that's a nickname for us.
You're right. But like there's like always when you're knocking on our door, you're like, hi, you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and all that. Is that like a coined term or phrase? Are you required to say that, or is it like just the easiest way to converse with people when you first meet them?
It's definitely not a requirement. I can't say that I've personally used that phrase unless I was cracking a missionary joke. But I suppose it was probably used pretty popularly before it became such a pop culture thing. But honestly, I don't know, sure.
So you guys have jokes amongst yourself, like you crack jokes about.
There's some self-awareness that it can be kind of awkward sometimes, but I mean it's worth it. It's a little bit of awkward is worth trying to help other people.
Yeah, I bet. I can imagine. I can only imagine. So can you tell me an example of a joke about yourself?
Oh,
a harmless one.
That's a good question. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. So what type of jobs do you do for people? Like how do you help them?
Well, when we can, if we see like an old Baba with like a giant bag of groceries, we'll of course offer to help. Like we can help. Or like people, like if they're like raking leaves or something and we pass by, we're offered to help. And like just kind of like those nice little things that we can do for people. But I mean, of course, like the best way we can help people is to be closer to God and receive blessings from that. And I think that is one of the bigger things. Also, in terms of service for other people, we teach English. Since most of us speak it pretty good.
Yeah,
being from America. So we help teach an English class in a couple of different cities throughout Romania. And we also help people to quit smoking if they're interested in that also.
Only smoking, or do you guys do like rehab for alcohol or drugs or things like that?
I have repurposed the smoking program for other addictions, and it does that. That's the thing. Just smoking is the most prevalent thing that people are interested in quitting.
I would say alcohol. Actually, in people quitting, smoking would be number one, but alcohol abuse would be like higher, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just harder to tell if someone is an alcohol abuser on the street than if they're a smoker.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. So, I wanted to ask you, how do people react when you're offering your help, your aid? Like, are they friendly or are they like skeptical? Like, you want something from me?
Definitely the second one. They're definitely skeptical. I've been mistaken for a secret police. Communist secret police. Not even kidding. It was pretty interesting. We had this one guy pretty afraid of why people who were dressed up nice and had thick accents were trying to ask him questions. But I mean,
yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot change everyone, like people's mentality and so on. Yeah. But I like the fact that you're trying to help people. That's nice. So I guess like when you're helping them, is there like a hidden agenda? Like I'm trying to be serious and actually get a sincere answer from you. Like, are you trying to convert people to your religion and beliefs and values when you're helping them, or are you just helping them just because you want to do something nice, you want to be altruistic, and stuff along those lines?
Service given is purely altruistic. We don't solicit the fact that we're with a church or anything when we offer service. If they're curious about who we are, we'll gladly explain it to them, but we won't do much more than that. We pretty much, when we're offering service, we're just trying to help.
That's nice, man. Yeah, people should be more like you guys, trying to help people out of their... I mean, no altruistic service is purely out of just purely from the heart. You get something back from it, right? Like you get a sense of meaning and a sense of niceness, sort of say.
Yeah, yes, 100%.
So that's your reward.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, seeing people who have been helped, they're happier for it, and that happiness kind of reciprocates.
That's nice. So, moving on, I did a bit of research, so I know that Russell Nelson is like your prophet, right? Your current big boss, top head of the church, right?
Yep.
I'm not accustomed to the terminology, so please correct me if I say something wrong. Yeah.
I got you.
So, have you ever met him, or?
I've not met him.
Do you wish to meet him, or?
That'd be really cool to meet him. But I mean, yeah.
Is he? So, well, I'm an Orthodox Christian because I was born into it. I didn't choose it. and our top boss, like not our top boss, the main guy, the top guy in Christianity, Orthodox Christianity, is kind of a douchebag, sort of say, because he walks around in really expensive cars, and he hoards a lot of wealth and money and stuff like that. So yeah, kind of everybody is seeing what he's doing, and they realize that, hey, he's not in the Bible spirit. Like Jesus told you to like renounce of all your wealth and give it to the poor and stuff like that. Why are you hoarding all that wealth, you know? What are your opinions on your main guy?
My opinions on our main guy. Well, let's see. He is financially well off, but it's not because of his church service. You see, nobody in the church is paid. No one in the church is paid for what they do. How can I say this? I mean, the church employs like translators and stuff to translate materials, but like church leadership, people with like purely like religious position, don't receive any money from us. So the prophet worked for all of his life, retired, and is working off of his own money.
Okay, so he did other stuff to make money, and right now he's just doing the service. Yep. From his acquired wealth before that. Okay. Yeah. I know, like a famous member of your church is Mitt Romney, right? He was.
Yes. Ran for president.
He ran for president, yeah, and he lost.
yeah. He caught a lot of flack for being a member of the church, but
yeah, I know. Yeah, I've been reading about that. Okay, moving on. Enough about Mitt Romney and the other guys. So, what's your like daily activities? Well, before the corona hit us, like what were you doing daily?
I got you. Before the coronavirus stuff happened, we've got we make our own schedules, but like the basics is wake up at like 6:30 in the morning, exercise, eat.
What kind of exercise?
Most of our apartments, we've got like some weights that we can lift. He's also running, which is good. I like running. Mostly that kind of exercise. Then we'll like eat, prepare for the day, then study in like the scriptures, because it's in this kind of work it's pretty important to know the scriptures. And then we'll go outside, and that's where you'll find most of the missionaries like on the street trying to ask you questions about God usually. We spend a lot of time out on the street trying to talk to people. Like I said, trying to offer help or see if they would like to improve their relationship with God. Once a week we'll teach our English class, and that's about what our schedule looks like. At the end of the day, go home, eat dinner, and go to bed, restart.
Okay, that sounds good. Do you do like video games or I don't know, other types of fun activities? Going out, hang out?
Not so much as a missionary. Definitely did those things beforehand, but we're asked as missionaries to to kind of put that kind of stuff on pause, Zeke. And so, I mean, I knew that ahead of time before signing up to do this. I was ready to do that. So kind of all of our time is spent doing missionary work.
Would you say that this disciplines you, like sort of in a military way? Like you are kind of in the service of God? Well, you are, but
I don't know if it's like a military way, but it's definitely given me an interesting perspective. Me personally, I can't speak on behalf of everybody. Me personally, it's given me a cool perspective, like stepping outside of all of that, outside of
your comfort zone,
the pop culture.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you in touch with all that? Do you watch television? Do you stay on the internet, or mostly do you focus on your daily duties, activities?
Stay pretty focused on the daily duties.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't be even allowed to tell me if you're doing other stuff. So. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So how goes a conversation with a stranger on the street? How would you approach them? What would you talk about? Like you said, you want to talk about God and their relationship with God. What do you mean by that?
Like, how do I mean to like improve the relationship with God, or how do I mean like how I would like approach him with a question?
Both. Let's talk about both.
Alrighty. So how we help them like grow their relationship with God. We come from a church. It's the restored Church of Jesus Christ. You're blessed for making covenants with God, keeping His commandments, and essentially that's what we invite other people to do, is to learn about God, to keep the commandments, to turn away from things that are out of line with those things, to repent, and to make covenants, like for those who are willing, like to be baptized, for example.
You mean again? Well, I've already been baptized as a kid in my church, so
For sure.
If I already was baptized, would I be able to do it again, or like?
Yes. So this is gonna be a little preachy, but this is what we preach all the time.
Okay.
That
No worries.
That after Jesus Christ and the apostles died, that changes were made in the church, and the authority from God to do things like baptism was lost until it was restored at the beginning of this church, when it was brought back.
You mean this church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be like in the 1800s, right? So it's quite recent.
Yeah, comparatively very recent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I've heard like there's a bunch of religions. Is this considered like a Christian? Is it recognized as a Christian religion?
Yes, it is. It is definitely 100% Christian.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. So, how do people react when you're telling them all that? Like, hey, you should reconnect with God, and all that. How do they react? Like, leave me alone, I have other stuff to do.
Yeah, hear a lot of hear a lot of Maghreb-esque, hear a lot of nu mă interesează, which, I mean, we're not going to force it on anybody. We'll respectfully not keep pushing it. But I mean, some people are like, yeah, I would like to talk about God. Like, yeah, I'm curious about why these people with these weird accents are talking to me. And we'll talk.
Oh, nice. And that's nice to hear that people are willing to converse with you, even if they're just curious or just plain old interested in having a conversation about any subject for that matter. Even if it's a sensitive one, like beliefs, internal beliefs in God and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll be frank with you. I don't believe in the God in the sense of like the church's any church's description of God, like this description of God. I do have internal what should I call them, feelings of a higher power, but I do not necessarily adhere to any religion other than the one that I was born in, because I was born into it.
Yeah.
But you actually you choose no. Well, my question is, have you chosen this religion, or were you like born into it? Were you guided, or it just happened, or what's the deal?
Yeah, I was definitely born into the church, and I mean, since I was little, like both my parents were members, but like over the course of my life, I've been like curious, like I'm sure everyone is like, is this like for real? Like, why is it? Am I sure of it? Like that this stuff I'm doing is like actually like the truth? Is it right? And through a lot of studying, a lot of praying, and a combination of various personal life experiences, I've come to the conclusion that yes, this is in fact the church that I join. This is the one that I'm planning on staying in.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I respect that. Yeah. Well, I guess. Well, my next. Excuse me. My next curiosity. I just choked on the coffee. My next curiosity, talking about the cough. How do you guys deal with the current situation, the whole COVID corona thing?
Well, I mean, like everyone else, we stay inside. It's been a second since we've been out on the streets talking to people. We try to reach out to people through Facebook. That's the way that we can talk to people while staying 2 meters away and observing all of the safety precautions, and still be able to like have like kind of real conversations with people. And I mean, it goes pretty similarly. Some people are not interested, other people are, and we'll talk over Messenger, we'll talk over WhatsApp,
things like that.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, do you know anybody that got sick from this? Like, do you have any knowledge of someone that actually got sick from the?
I don't know anyone immediately who is sick, like relatives and friends of friends. Yeah, but no one who I know personally.
Yeah, same here. I know a bunch of people, but like a friend of a friend kind of thing. Yeah, kind of removed. So, what are you guys gonna do if this prolongs, like for a couple of more months or maybe years? I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed that doesn't happen. But we we're still seeing success as missionaries working this way. So I don't see why. I mean, of course, we're going to keep practicing it, like honing it, making sure that like we're keep on getting better at doing what we're doing. Since I mean, no one came into being a missionary like thinking, oh, I'm going to be inside talking to people over Facebook all day. So of course there's going to be like getting better at what we're doing, but we'll likely do the same thing.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. So, well, how many missionaries are in Galați? I mean, I've seen a bunch of you guys, but I don't recognize all of you, of course.
As of recently, there are about 2 missionaries in Galați at a time.
Oh, so you're one of them. So you're 50% of the missionaries from Galați?
In Galați, yes.
Okay, nice. Like, is it like are there cities with bigger communities or?
I'm not quite certain how they decide what cities have more missionaries. I mean, for example, Bucharest has a lot of missionaries, being the biggest city. But there are other big cities like Timișoara that still only have like 2 missionaries. So I honestly can't tell you how that goes because I don't know.
Oh, okay. I know that Romania doesn't have any temples of the church of your church. Yeah. Do they plan on building one?
That's a really good question. There's not currently one that is like in the works. There's not one that has been announced. But that may change. Okay. More temples are announced every like 6 months. So yeah.
I know there's a lot of people that mixes you guys with what are they called? Jehovah's Witness.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're not the same thing. You're
Correct.
Different. Can you educate me on that?
I definitely would. I don't honestly know a whole lot about the Jehovah's Witnesses. I know that the Jehovah's Witnesses, like the thing that sets us apart from most other Christian churches is that we believe in the Book of Mormon. To my knowledge, there aren't other churches that believe in the Book of Mormon. I think that's a pretty exclusive one. So I'd say that that's probably a major difference. Beyond that, I'm not educated enough about the Jehovah's Witnesses to tell you much.
Fair enough. Well, I know there was a controversy around the Mormons about polygamy and having multiple wives. Is that currently banned by your church, or is it still practiced?
Yes, that is all kinds of not allowed. That is, yeah. The scriptures say no to that. We also say no to that. And yeah.
Because I know there was I might butcher this up, but there was a family in Mexico, a Mormon family that was mistaken as a rival gang, as a rival cartel gang that was killed like a couple months ago. Do you have any knowledge of that?
I have no knowledge of this.
Oh, okay. It was big on news about that, and they were mixed up with like a rival gang, and they died, and now it's tragic, I know, but it was supposed that the guy had multiple wives, so that added to the tragedy. But I won't push it on you if you have no knowledge of the.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about that. I know that there's like another church that gets mistaken with us that still does practice having multiple wives, but that is a different church, and I don't know if it has any connection to this story.
What church?
I don't know which one. I just know that there is.
There is one. Okay.
There is another one that people like mix up with us because of the fact that they practice having multiple wives.
So, how does your life look after you've ended your mission and you did your part?
That's a good question. I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm planning on going back to college, continuing to study. Probably gonna try to get a degree in Romanian if I can keep learning it. Because why not? If I'll be able to speak it pretty well at the end. And yeah, from there, I haven't given it too much thought.
Well, you're really young. You'll figure it out eventually. You have all your life ahead of you. Yeah. You're thinking of wife, kids, house, all that.
Sorry?
You're thinking about a wife marrying.
Yeah.
A wife making kids and getting a house, the whole American dream.
Yep, those things are all in the ideal plan, yes.
Okay, nice to hear. Yeah, so, well, do you have any questions for me? I mean, I've been keep bombarding you with questions.
That's a good question. I was a little bit curious. I told you like how we're doing missionary work currently is like just talking to people over Facebook, and that's like how I ended up talking to you in the first place. I was curious as to like what made you want to like do this on your podcast, like have me talk about this?
Well, that's a really good question, because I used to see you walking down the street, and there was like, when I was younger, there was like a lot of prejudice and a lot of judgment going around about you guys. Like, look at those weird people walking around, spewing all kinds of stuff about God and that. We don't do that. We are way different than them. And now that I've grown up, like I'm trying to like make a judgment of myself, and that's why you sparked my curiosity, and I wanted to know more about someone like you personally, rather than I don't know, believe some what do you call them, prejudices and stuff like that, you know. So I said, you're a nice person. You're friendly. I mean, why not have a conversation with you, and you could actually clear some of my curiosities, and you did, and thank you for that. And yeah, I mean, we're just talking. We're not doing anything weird. I think a lot of people can learn from this, from you actually. Yeah,
well, I think it'll be good, and I'm glad that you had the idea to do this. I think that's cool.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for accepting this. I mean, I know it must be a little weird for you to just pop into a conversation with a random guy that asks you to participate in his podcast. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's all good. I appreciate it. And I mean, I was the random guy in the first place who popped into your messenger.
Yeah, well, I mean, if your name was different and you had like a weird profile picture, I wouldn't have like answered to you. But you seem like, I saw Ethan. Ethan is a really American name, you know, so...
Not Romanian.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. If you're like, I don't know, smart guy 23, I would say just a spam message. But you seem like a pretty legit guy, so yeah. Thank you, Ethan, for this. It was a really interesting conversation. Yeah.
No problem. I was glad to participate. Glad to talk.
Hope we can meet again, like face to face after this whole deal.
Yeah, once face to face is allowed.
Yeah, exactly. Once face to face is allowed. Okay, Ethan. Take care. And is there anything more you want to say?
Not that I can think of. Yeah, not a lot.
Okay.
Bun tuturor.